Understanding the narcissistic mother's world is a journey into a realm of self-absorption, manipulation, and lack of empathy. This exploration is crucial in comprehending the emotional wounds inflicted on her children, particularly her daughters. A narcissistic mother's relationship with her daughter is often fraught with tension, manipulation, and emotional abuse. Let's delve deeper into the specific behaviors that characterize this destructive dynamic. Narcissistic mothers often use criticism as a weapon, relentlessly pointing out the flaws and shortcomings of their daughters. The criticism often targets the daughter's appearance, achievements, and even her personality, making her feel that she can never measure up to her mother's expectations. This behavior leaves the daughter feeling perpetually inadequate and significantly damages her self-esteem. Emotional manipulation is a hallmark behavior of narcissistic mothers. They routinely use guilt, shame, or fear to control their daughters and keep them emotionally dependent. The daughter is made to feel responsible for her mother's happiness and well-being, burdening her with an unrealistic and unhealthy obligation. Narcissistic mothers tend to neglect the emotional needs of their daughters, dismissing their feelings as unimportant or overly dramatic. This lack of emotional support can lead to feelings of isolation and loneliness in the daughter, as she struggles to cope with her emotions on her own. Narcissistic mothers often play favorites, pitting siblings against each other to maintain control. The favored child may change based on who currently meets the mother's needs or boosts her self-image best. This can create a toxic family environment filled with resentment and competition. The emotional landscape of a child raised by a narcissistic mother is often marked by deep wounds that can persist into adulthood. These wounds manifest as a range of psychological and emotional issues that can affect various aspects of their lives. One of the most prevalent emotional wounds inflicted by a narcissistic mother is a deep-seated sense of low self-esteem. Though invisible to the naked eye, this wound profoundly influences the daughter's perception of herself and her place in the world. It becomes a defining aspect of the daughter's self-perception and identity and is a burden she carries into adulthood, influencing her decisions, actions, and relationships. The relentless criticism and belittlement that characterize the narcissistic mother-daughter relationship leads the daughter to internalize a sense of inadequacy. This isn't a fleeting feeling but becomes an integral part of her self-image. She grows up believing she falls short and is never enough, regardless of her efforts or achievements. Narcissistic mothers tend to set lofty, often unrealistic expectations for their daughters. Living under these ridiculously high standards, the daughter constantly feels like she's failing to measure up. This perpetual sense of falling short fundamentally shapes her belief about her capabilities and worth. This internalized sense of inadequacy and constant failure doesn't just remain confined to the mother-daughter relationship. It bleeds into the daughter's overall self-image and confidence, impacting various aspects of her life. Her belief in her abilities is undermined, and her confidence is eroded. She may hesitate to take up new opportunities or shy away from challenges, fearing failure. The environment cultivated by a narcissistic mother is often marked by unpredictability. The daughter never knows what behavior or mood to expect from her mother. One day might be calm, while the next could bring a storm of anger or criticism. This inconsistency makes it difficult for the daughter to feel secure and trust the stability of her relationship with her mother. Narcissistic mothers frequently use manipulation as a tool to control their children. They will twist words, distort reality, or play the victim to get their way. This manipulation, coupled with insincerity, teaches the daughter that people can't be taken at face value, sowing seeds of doubt about the true intentions of the people around them. These early experiences with insincerity and unreliability permeate into the daughter's adult relationships. She may find it challenging to trust the intentions and actions of others, fearing manipulation or betrayal. This lack of trust can create barriers to forming deep, meaningful connections, leading to feelings of isolation and loneliness. The daughter of a narcissistic mother may also fear that if she trusts others, they will exploit her as her mother did. This fear can lead her to withhold trust from those who genuinely care about her, further deepening her sense of isolation. It's a self-perpetuating cycle of mistrust, where the fear of being hurt prevents her from building strong, trusting relationships. The fear of rejection, akin to a haunting shadow, is another emotional wound inflicted on daughters by their narcissistic mothers. This fear can shape their behaviors, relationships, and self-perception in profound ways. Every action, decision, and interaction is overshadowed by the fear of not being good enough, of being rejected. This constant state of anxiety can be exhausting and emotionally draining, making it difficult for the daughter to enjoy achievements or form healthy relationships. The fear of rejection doesn't just influence the relationship between the daughter and her mother, it spills over into other interpersonal relationships as well. She may become a people pleaser, constantly trying to meet the expectations of others to avoid rejection. This can lead to imbalance in relationships, where her needs and desires are often sidelined to accommodate others. The fear of rejection also creates a cycle of fear and anxiety. The daughter becomes overly sensitive to criticism or signs of disapproval, interpreting them as evidence of impending rejection. This heightened sensitivity can lead to increased anxiety, reinforcing the fear of rejection and perpetuating the cycle, and can become the foundation for the development of narcissistic traits in the growing child. The emotional wounds inflicted on daughters by narcissistic mothers run deep, shaping their self-perception, emotional health, and relationships. The journey of healing from these wounds is a challenging yet empowering process. It's about breaking free from the chains of emotional suppression and codependency, and learning to prioritize your own needs and well-being. Ultimately, the journey towards healing is a testament to our resilience and strength. It's about transforming pain into power, and reclaiming control over our emotional health and life. For more information about narcissists and narcissistic abuse, visit www.carlacorelli.com.